Have you ever met some people that no matter what you do or what anybody does to or for them, maybe good, there's always an interpretation. There's always what's going on there. Why did this person do this? Why did that person do that? It's almost like they have to read an interpretation to people's actions, and most times the interpretations are negative. It's almost like you're always looking over your shoulder. What's going on? Anything that is done to them is probably a hint of something else. Living in constant suspicion of other people or constantly misinterpreting other people's actions. People like this, you see that they become so bitter somehow. They never live a straight life. Things are always sort of messed up for them. And I'm going to give you proper context very shortly. Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Tolu Akinyemi. It's a privilege to be in your space again today. And I'm going to be talking about whose voice are you listening to. If this is your first time here, you're welcome. Thank you so much for coming here. On this channel, I share thoughts that can help women become better versions of themselves, help them have healthier conversations with themselves, become whole, which is who God has called you to be. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back again. Today, like I said earlier, I'm going to be talking about whose voice are you listening to? Have you met a lady who is just getting married? And because of the notion she's heard about mother-in-laws are overbearing, mother-in-laws are this, mother-in-laws are that, it's almost as though she's going into marriage battle ready. And it doesn't matter what the mother-in-law tries to do. It's always like you interpret it based on a faulty lens because you heard people say, oh, mother-in-laws are this, mother-in-laws are that. So any action is almost misinterpreted differently. Truthfully, some people have had experiences that have burnt their hands. So when people do something, kind or not, it's almost like there's an interpretation. Like you're always trying to suspect everybody, looking over your shoulders. People's experiences, life experiences that made some people conditioned that way. Now, let me give proper context of why we're addressing this topic. Whose voice are you listening to? There was a king. His name was Anon. So Anon's father had just passed, and another king, a great king from another kingdom, decided that let me show kindness to Anon because his father was kind to me. And he decided to send some messengers to him to, just offer condolences. And those ones got there and said, oh, our king said we should offer condolences, bless you, just deliver the message of the king. The next thing, the princes in Anon's kingdom just told him, do you think that king is really trying to be kind to you, or he has just sent these guys to be spies so that he can attack you? And he was like, oh, really? That's true. That's true. They suggested that thing and they decided, yes, that must be it. So he took these men, the messengers, shaved off their beards, cut their clothes, the middle, just the bottom, cut the bottom. Imagine that. Full-grown men. Imagine the humiliation they had to face. And don't forget, they came in the authority of the king. That means this king, Anon, has decided to humiliate the king that sent his messengers. But put yourself in the shoes of the messengers themselves. Your boss sent you to go and do something and you were humiliated. Just like that. Imagine how those men would have felt. So someone quickly sent a message to the king. This is what Anon has done to your men. And the king sent word back to those men. I understand what has happened. Stay in so and so city. Stay here until your beards are grown back. Until you're able to cover your shame. Until you're able to cover up and become that person you were that I sent to that place again. When your beards have grown back, come back to the city. I'll be ready to receive you. Just stay there because of the shame. Stay there. Allow your beard to grow back. Let's go back to Anon. Anon eventually realized that what he had done, his behavior stunk. Like, no. I've gone too far. He realized eventually. But guess what he did? He went to hire chariots, make alliances with other people, other kingdoms. Let's join forces and attack this king. And they decided they were going to attack him from the back, from the front. Word got to the king, the other king, and he said, okay, my great men, the army, gathered all of them together. Go and fight these guys. So those ones knew they had enemies in front, they had enemies behind, and they decided to split themselves. You attack those in front, you attack those behind. If these people are defeating you, I'll come and help. If you see that they are defeating us, just let's have each other's back. So they decided to, go and fight. And they defeated these guys, including those alliances, those people who came to support Anon, those he went to hire, defeated them. When those ones realized they are defeated, they started fleeing, they started running away. The people he went to hire, those that came to inherit Anon's beef, decided to surrender. Make peace and surrender. We are sorry. We are going to serve you. Inherited beef. Now let's apply it to the context of you and I. This story can be found in 1 Chronicles 19, but let's apply it to our real life experiences now. Anon is typical person, you and I. You are in a space, something happens, or somebody decides to be kind to you, to say hello to you, to be chummy with you. Maybe you're a newcomer in a space, and then there's somebody who says, oh, hello, how are you? Trying to be kind to you. But some other people decided that you better watch your back. Don't relax. Watch your back. People here are devilish. People here are this. People here are gossips. And you decided that, oh, this one that is trying to be nice to me, you just give the person fire for fire. Why? Because of the experiences you've had. Because of what people have said to you. Whose voice are you listening to? Now, they said that to you. You have become you behave in a very bad way, horrible way to this person. You see that? A lot of times we inherit people's beef. This person does not like person A, does not like person B. Person A decides to recruit you, person C, to be against person B, and you decide to join forces with person A, not because B has done anything to you. You just decided to inherit his beef. The princess suggested to Anon, don't think he's trying to be nice to you, and he attacked them. How many times have you behaved like that towards other people? Sometimes you feel, no, I'm not like that. But just think about it. Sisterhood, how we just gather together and discuss this person. Personally, the person hasn't done anything to you, but you discuss them. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. That behavior. That's what Anon did. He realized that he did something wrong. The truth is, people can offend you. They can do something and they know that this is what I've done. Will they back down? No, they won't. He didn't back down. He went to join forces. Are you the type of person, you realize you are at fault, but you go and gather other sisters with you to gossip about this person? That kind of gist, it can be sweet to the flesh. Like, can you imagine? Even did this, even did that. And then you paint yourself like the saint. And that other person, despite that you are the one who offended this person, you paint that person black. Paint them bad. Do you think that's proper behavior? Do you think that's proper behavior? You gather other people together, attack this person. Now that you've done that, what that king did led to a series of deaths, unnecessary battles, unnecessary spending, you see that there will be consequences for our actions. If at the point where you realize that, oh, I've done something bad, you're going to say, I'm sorry. I was just thinking this way. I'm sorry. Owning it, apologizing for it, instead of trying to complicate matters. Are you the kind of person who will treat somebody bad? They feel bad, they decided to react, and then you gaslight them, saying they are too sensitive. You try to gaslight them, you try to manipulate the situation to suit yourself, but you know deep down that you've done this person bad. If you are like that, it's time to change your ways because it's bad. It's very bad. Are you the type that will inherit? Are you the type that someone says something, you inherit another person's beef? Is it your problem? If you have not experienced this person personally, why do you want to hold what another person says as gospel truth? We are human beings, and the truth is, we paint ourselves as the better person, and others are the ones that have the fault. Look inwards. Is there a log in your eye that you have not addressed, and you are trying to remove other things in other people's faces or in another person's eye? You want to remove the speck in another person's eye. Look inwards. This is 2025. It is time to change our ways. Sisters, change. If we are going to go far in life, we cannot be inheriting other people's beef. We cannot be gossiping about other people, painting other people black. We can't be doing that. It's 2025. Old behavior, leave it in the past. Because you need to grow as an individual. That is part one. Part two, the men that were humiliated. The king told them, I understand what has gone on, what has happened. Stay in Jericho when your beards have grown. The truth is, a lot of us are going around with deep wounds and scars from what other people have done to us. Sometimes we are not even healed from it. The way people spoke to you, the way they bullied you, the way they behaved towards you, the way they changed other people's perception of you, and you know that it is not true. You know, if a person decides, I'm going to change the perception of this person, it's very subtle. You just need to start talking. You just need to start whispering. And when you start whispering, if you are listening to whisperings, what you think you are looking for, you will find it. Oh, this person is aggressive, this person is aggressive. And you start looking out for aggressive behavior. You will eventually find it, whereas you are just misinterpreting the person's actions based on this. I feel like I'm talking in a lot of parables, but I hope you understand what I'm saying. Because these things are happening, especially amongst women. I'm not a man. I don't live in a man's world, but amongst women, it is happening live and direct. You need to change your ways. Now, the king said, stay. Are you part of those who have been humiliated? There are some emotions that come with experiences, bad emotions, when you feel humiliated, when you feel silenced, when you feel bullied. You might be in a position where you need certain people in your life, but those people are treating you bad. It can be very hurtful. A lot of people are going around with deep wounds. Stay in Jericho until your beards have grown back. Jericho is the place of healing. Jericho is where the king that's where he told them to wait. And it represents a place where you can heal. a place where you can process your emotions. Don't suppress it, because what people have done to you, those wounds are there. They are internal. Imagine if those men had gone back into the city with their beards shaved, with their bottom exposed. They have wives, they have children, they have friends. People on the street will be looking at them and like, did you see what happened to that man? Did you see what happened to them? Can you see they shaved their beards? Can you see this has happened? Whisperings everywhere. Do you know, it's like you have a wound and somebody is stabbing you the more. The more you engage with people concerning these things that have happened to you, the more it looks like the wound, you are peeling it afresh, not allowing it to heal. The more your wife will be so angry. How can? Let me wait and see what our king will do to these guys. Let me wait and see how our king will address this matter at hand. And then you are looking at the authority. What is he going to do? Is he going to defend our ego? Is he going to defend us? Imagine your ego will be speaking. The ego of the people around you will be speaking. It's going to be a mess. The king understood the weight of what has happened and said, wait in Jericho until your beards are grown back. What beards need to grow back for you? What are the things that have happened to you that you need to heal from? What words have been spoken to you that scarred you that you need to heal from? What are those things that have happened? What relationship were you involved in? I know these things, the truth is, we don't have amnesia. Those experiences are stored up somewhere. Something will stir it up at different points in time. That's why sometimes it will look as if this person is bubbly happy. There's a sudden wave of emotion that just comes because something happened and triggered what was inside of you. You have to do everything to ensure that you heal. Anon never apologized for what he did. So people might not say sorry to you. They might not realize the weight of the things, what they said. They might not realize what it did to you. They might not realize how traumatized you have been because of their actions. So your healing is not for them. It's not a revenge scheme. It is for you, so you can process it and go and grow. The king said, when your beards are grown back, come back. Because by then, people are seeing you. You still look healthier now. You are covered. There's nothing you are hiding from. But you have learned. You have healed. The sting is no more there. The pain is not there. You remember the experiences, but you have healed. There are other people now that you can say, oh, people come to you, I'm going through this, and your experiences you are able to use to help and save lives. You have gone through life because all these things, issues will keep popping up. It's just how life is. Life might not be fair, or it might not feel fair to you. But what do you need to heal from? Wait in Jericho. Instead of gathering other sisters, there was a time that I was going through some things because of some women in my space. And it just felt like, I just needed to talk. So I realized there's this particular lady that we sort of shared the same grievance. So when we communicate, it just looks like the gist is sweet, but the aftermath is different. I feel somehow, it's almost like it makes me in that moment forget that this person who has hurt me, Jesus died for that person as well. And he wants them to be saved. It takes my eyes off the bigger picture of what God wants to do and shifts the focus to me and my hurt. It wasn't letting me heal. So I just knew that in this conversation, needs to end. Whose voice are you listening to? There will be voices that will deepen that wound for you. And there will be voices that will point you in the right direction of healing. There will be voices, even if they don't have answers, that will point you in the right direction of what you should be doing to heal. Maybe in another video, we can address things that you can do when you've been traumatized by certain experiences and how you can go through the process and heal. But whose voice are you listening to? The series of events that happened in 1 Chronicles chapter 19 is only because somebody whispered. Beware of the whisperings of men. Don't be that woman who would whisper something in another person's ears that causes damage for another person. Be that voice that heals. Be that voice that empowers and uplifts people. If you realize that what you are going to say is going to damage another person, then keep quiet. Keep quiet. It's better to keep quiet than be a voice that will damage another person. So be careful. Have you become the woman who is overly suspicious? Why are you like that? You need to wait in Jericho. Have you been bruised and wounded by people? Wait in Jericho. Allow your beard to grow back. Be careful. Beware of the voices that you are listening to. I hope that from this entire video, you have picked one or two things that can help you as you proceed on your journey of life. Till I see you next time. Bye.